What's going on there, YouTube, and welcome back to another comic book video. Okay, guys, so we are actually going to continue our coverage over Batman Streets of Gotham. Now remember, this was one of those series that actually launched right after Final Crisis and Battle for the Cowl. Because remember, when it came to Final Crisis, Bruce Wayne died. Now after his death, we had the Battle for the Cowl storyline, where of course led to Dick Grayson becoming Batman. And so a lot of these stories and different Batman titles really do focus on Dick Grayson in a way. And what I mean by that is, it's really saying, how is Gotham going to be like with Bruce Wayne no longer being Batman and now Dick Grayson being Batman? Can Dick Grayson actually protect Gotham? Can Dick Grayson actually lead the Bat family? And so when it comes to Batman Streets of Gotham, they're technically a series of stories that focuses on different parts of Gotham City, but also focuses on different characters in Gotham City. And of course, wondering how these characters are actually being affected with Dick Grayson now being in charge of the Bat family. And so today's video is a two-part storyline that actually focuses on Huntress, but also Man-Bat as well. And of course, it's Huntress right now trying to hunt down Man-Bat. Now, something else to mention is that when Bruce Wayne was Batman, Huntress was not technically part of the Bat family, but at this point, she technically is now, with Dick Grayson being Batman. Now, before we are actually able to pick up with Huntress right now chasing down Man-Bat, we actually do pick up right now in the past, several years in the past, where we actually pick up with a guy known as Mark. Now, when it comes to Mark, he has now been relocated to Gotham City because he's going to learn how to become a priest. Now, when it comes to Mark, he is very devoted into learning, but also really devoted to become a great priest for this church or possibly another church down the road once his training is all done. And so he was relocated to a church in Gotham. The problem is though, his trainer does not really want to train him. And the reason why, because this other priest has been broken because he lives in Gotham. And he tells Mark, listen man, it's great and all that you want to become a great priest and everything, but the problem is though, where you come from may have been great, but here in Gotham, no, it's the exact opposite. This place is going to break you. It's going to make you question your actual religion. But on top of that, there's no point of really being a priest in this crazy town that's basically hell. Now that is the moment where we actually do jump to the present day. Now when we do jump to the present day, of course we do pick up right now with Huntress trying to chase down Man-Bat. Now the reason why she's trying to chase down Man-Bat is because at this point in DC Comics, Kirk Langstrom could actually control his Man-Bat form. Not completely, but just good enough to make sure that his Man-Bat form would not go crazy enough and attack random people left and right. But the problem is though right now, when they do see Man-Bat in Gotham City, it seems like he's hunting something or someone. But the problem is though, they're unable to actually communicate with him. He's not trying to stop and be like, hey, this is what's going on right now and we should work together. He's just going out of his way to hunt something or somebody down in Gotham City. And so right now, Oracle had no choice but to call up Huntress and say, hey, listen, I need your help to figure out what in the world right now is going on with Man-Bat. Because they have Robin right now checking up on his ex-wife to see if she may know what in the world could possibly be going on with Man-Bat. But at the same time though, they still need him under their control because it seems like he's a wild animal that's been let loose in Gotham City. Now we do jump back in time once again. And when we do, we actually pick up with Father Mark once again. Now, this is technically his first night in Gotham City. And right now you do kind of have him walking around Gotham and trying to figure out how truly bad Gotham is. And unfortunately, he finds out just like that. Because as soon as he left the church, there was somebody who was trying to talk to him. And at first it seemed like this person wanted to talk to him because he is a priest. But to only come find out, this guy just wanted someone to stab. And so Father Mark is stabbed by this random guy who then just runs off. And so that is the first night for Father Mark in Gotham City. But getting back over to the present day, we actually pick up with Huntress still trying to hunt down Man-Bat. Now, she finds him, but the problem is, though, she's having a hard time actually stopping him. But on top of that, we have to remember that when it came to Huntress, she was more kind of like, I'm going to handle problems, the more lethal way. I'll make sure there's no way they could possibly come back and cause more problems for Gotham. Now, most of the time that was not her main solution, but of course, if it did come up like the only thing she could do is kill someone to save the day, she would be down to do it just like that. And so right now, when it comes to Man-Bat, she is really hardcore thinking about actually killing off Man-Bat. The thing is, though, you have Oracle in her ear every single second saying, you better not kill, because we're not killers in the Bat family. We try to find a way to actually help people. Now, I found that funny because Damian Wayne is also technically a killer, and right now he still kind of is. Like, he's trying his best to be a good Robin, but at the same time, he's still a trained killer. Either way, you do have Huntress realize that it does seem like he is hunting someone, but the problem is, though, who? Now, of course, right when it seems like he's going to hurt an innocent person, she has no choice but to kind of make sure his focus back on her again. And once his focus back on her, Huntress, he's all like, okay, fine. If I have to take you out so I'm able to actually do what I want to do, then I'm going to take you out. And so you have Man-Bat begin to actually attack Huntress again. Now, that is the moment where we do get a small recap of Father Mark. And what I mean by that is we do learn that Father Mark has been in Gotham for a very long time. Hence the idea of us going back in time several years. But apparently no matter what, Mark tried to stay in Gotham and be that good priest for Gotham just in case Gotham began to turn good and people want to come to him for help. But the thing is, though, because he lived in Gotham for so long, he has experienced so many different problems that Gotham had over his time in Gotham. Like, for example, No Man Land, Final Crisis, and when Firefly began the process of burning people left and right in Gotham City. And so when it comes to Father Mark, even though he's trying his best to stay in Gotham, to be that great priest, every single moment something bad could happen, it does happen. And as more bad things keep happening, the more you have Mark begin to move away from his religion. He's beginning the process of kind of doubting God. But on top of that, he's right now being broken, like his trainer said all those years ago, that when it comes to Gotham, it is going to break you. And right now it seems like Mark is on the verge of breaking. Now, getting back over to Huntress, but also Man-Bat as well, as their battle continues on, you really do have Huntress tell us that she's having a hard time trying to not kill off Man-Bat, because she's kind of like Red Hood, where she does believe in the idea that if you kill someone off, then most likely they cannot come back and cause more problems in Gotham City, which honestly, she's right. But at the same time, though, a hero doesn't kill in most comic books. And so when it comes to Huntress, she's like, yes, I understand this is the Bat family. They want to do things right. But at the moment right now, I'm having a hard time trying to handle Man-Bat. And honestly, we're probably better off with Man-Bat being dead rather than him being out there just wandering around the world. Because you could say right now that technically he is in control of his Man-Bat form, but then what would happen if he's not in control of his Man-Bat form, like right now? Because again, it does seem like he's not in control of his Man-Bat form, and right now it seems like he's hunting somebody. Either way, as we jump back into the battle between Huntress and Man-Bat, their battle again does take them across Gotham to different points, but that is the moment they begin to free fall. Now, that is the moment where we actually pick up with Father Mark once again. Now, when we do, it is the present day. And matter of fact, this is Father Mark after dealing with so many different problems in Gotham City that you could technically say he is a broken man. That right now, he is just kind of like, whew, I'm here right now. Like, I'm trying my best to stay here, but God, give me a sign. What should I do next? Should I stay here? Where should I go? Like, it's right now him wondering if he should leave his church behind just to get out of Gotham. Except that is the moment where you have Man-Bat and Huntress crash through the roof of the actual church and land right in front of him. Now, of course, as soon as they do that, they're both knocked out. And he's kind of like, what in the world? What do I do next? God, give me a sign. And that is the moment we do hear a voice where it seems like God is actually talking to him. And you have this God figure saying, kill him. Kill off Huntress and kill off Man-Bat. They are sinners. Kill them. But as we get into Batman Streets of Gotham number 6, we actually do pick up several hours in the past. And the reason why, because we actually do pick up right now with some guy who's actually handing the new Black Mask some kind of tech suit that he has stole or made. Now, of course, this is a problem because I feel like if you're someone who's making a deal with a bad guy, a well-known bad guy in Gotham City, you should know that if they try to get something from you and they say they're going to pay you for whatever item you get for them, most likely they're going to kill you off right after they get the item. And so this guy had apparently stole a tech suit for Black Mask, and apparently he thought Black Mask was going to pay him for getting this tech suit over to him. And of course, Black Mask has said, no, I'm going to kill you off. Pow pow, you're dead. And now I have the tech suit for free, and I'm going to use the tech suit as a way to kill a few people in Gotham City. And so now it's Black Mask being able to get a new tech suit without actually paying for it. But on top of that, this takes place hours ago in the past. And matter of fact, this is going to be very important for this storyline. But then we jump to the present day, but we actually pick up with Batman and Robin talking to one another. Now guys, remember, this is Dick Grayson Batman and Damian Wayne Robin. But right now you have the two characters actually talking to one another about what happened to Huntress. Because the last time we saw her as the readers, we saw her and Man-Bat crash into a church. And of course, that was it. We were left to wonder what the priest actually did to them, because a God figure told him to kill off Huntress, but also kill off Man-Bat. And apparently Batman, Robin, and Oracle, they're having a hard time actually locating Huntress or Man-Bat. And the question is right now, did she kill Man-Bat and now she's on the run, or something else even worse happened? Did Man-Bat kill her? We know what happened to them, but Batman and Robin, they have no idea yet. Now that is the moment where we actually do jump over to Man-Bat and Huntress. Now you do have Huntress actually waking up. Now when she does wake up, she realized that right now she is technically tied to a chair. She is tied and bound to a chair. But on top of that though, Man-Bat is tied to some kind of godly figure. But then she sees Father Mark. Now when she does see Father Mark, she is very surprised that right now Father Mark is just walking around the church with a shotgun and wondering what he should do next. Matter of fact, he already knows what he wants to do next, because God has told him, hey man, listen, I want you to go ahead and kill off Man-Bat and Huntress because they are both sinners. Now, when it comes to Huntress, at first, she can't believe that Father Mark is actually, talking to God. She's like, what do you mean God told you to kill me? What do you mean God told you to kill some innocent people? You are a priest. You believe in God. Would you actually believe that God told you to kill someone? That right there seems a tad bit sketchy. Now, with that being said though, you didn't have the God voice appear again and say, no, I want you to kill off Huntress and Man-Bat. And as soon as Huntress hears that, she's like, oh my gosh, is God really here? Now, you also have Man-Bat begin to freak out. And the reason why he is freaking out because he actually knows what is actually happening right now at the moment. Now we do jump back in time once again. And when we do, we pick back up once again with Black Mask after he had just killed that guy who was giving him a tech suit. And we see Black Mask right now asking one of his guys to put on the tech suit. And we kind of find out that the tech suit basically makes you go invisible. And that right there is kind of cool, but at the same time, we know when it comes to Black Mask, he wants this guy to use the suit as a way to sneak around Gotham City and kill off innocent people left and right without actually being noticed. And so right now, it's Black Mask saying, go out to Gotham and kill these people because they're sinners and they have to die. And so you have this henchman just leave with this brand new tech suit. But when we go back to the present day, we actually kind of realize why Man-Bat has been crazy this entire time. Because he knows right now in the room, there is no God. It's a guy right now who is technically invisible, who is pretending to be God as a way to get rid of Man-Bat, but to also get rid of Huntress. Now, there is a good reason why he's trying to get rid of Man-Bat, and Huntress is just bonus points. But Huntress realized that Man-Bat sees something else in the room, which means that she knows there is no God. It's someone right now who is basically invisible, but on top of that, Man-Bat is right now getting loose from his ropes, which means that sooner or later, he's about to go crazy again to kill the invisible person, but could possibly also hurt the priest in the battle. And so that is the moment where we actually do jump back in time. Now, when we do, we only jump back about, I say 6 hours. But when we actually do, we do see Man-Bat right now technically about to leave Gotham City. Kirk wants to get away from Gotham because the last few years in Gotham been very stressful for him, especially him being Man-Bat. And so he just wants to get away. The problem is though, right when he's about to leave Gotham City, well, that is the moment that a bunch of people, innocent people around him, began to die. Their throats are being cut open left and right. And when it comes to Man-Bat, he's so confused on how in the world these people are being killed off. But when he does change into his Man-Bat form, that is the moment he's able to actually see how these innocent people are dying, because it's the guy from earlier that Black Mask had hired who actually is now wearing that tech suit that can make him go invisible. But because Man-Bat eyes are able to actually locate folks who are right now invisible, you have Man-Bat kind of like, oh, I see what's happening right now. This guy in some kind of tech suit who's able to go invisible is right now going around killing innocent people, but nobody can actually see him except me. Then I have to be the one to actually stop him. And so getting back to the present day and now knowing everything going on right now, we do realize that the reason why Man-Bat went crazy in this entire storyline is because Man-Bat saw the guy who went invisible kill some innocent people, and he was trying to hunt that person down. But unfortunately, when it comes to Kirk Langstrom, he has a hard time communicating in his Man-Bat form. And so he was unable to actually tell the Bat family, hey, listen, the reason why I'm flying through Gotham City right now is to capture this guy right here who's right now running around invisible, killing innocent people left and right. And right now he's trying to use the priest to technically kill off Huntress and also Man-Bat. Now, in the present day though, Huntress does realize that right now, technically, there is someone else in the room who's right now pretending to be God as a way to, of course, kill them off, to trick this priest. But at the same time though, she has to calm down Man-Bat because she's afraid that Man-Bat is actually going to go too crazy and kill the priest while trying to get to the guy. Now, here's the thing though, as soon as Huntress is able to kind of calm down Man-Bat long enough, you have Man-Bat finally being able to communicate and say, the guy we need to get is right now right behind the priest. And so that is the moment where you do have Batman appear. Now, when Batman does appear, of course, you do have Batman trying to actually help out Huntress. Because we have to remember, guys, when it comes to Batman, he had no idea what happened to Huntress nor Man-Bat. Because when they fell through the church rooftop earlier in the storyline, they both were knocked out, and Oracle was unable to actually locate or even talk to Huntress. And so Batman got worried that Man-Bat had killed her or something else had happened. Now, luckily, Oracle was finally able to find Huntress and give her location to Batman. The problem is though, when Batman does arrive, he has no idea that technically right now, when it comes to Man-Bat, Man-Bat is actually innocent. that the reason why the Bat family saw Man-Bat traveling across the city is because this man was trying to chase down some random guy in a tech suit who was invisible but going around killing off innocent people left and right. And so with that being said, once you have Huntress actually tell Batman like, hey man, listen, when it comes to Man-Bat, he's actually innocent. He's been trying to stop someone else who's right now in this church who is invisible. Now, this leads into the bad guy actually being stopped thanks to Batman, Huntress, and also the priest. Now, the reason why I say the priest is because the priest finally realized that he was not talking to God at all. But on top of that, he's kind of like, you know what? It makes sense. And the reason why, because this man has lived through so much of Gotham's mess over the years. And so with the idea of some random guy right now just running around the city in some kind of tech suit that goes invisible, yeah, to him, it makes sense that he was not actually talking to God. And so you do have our three characters work together to actually defeat the henchmen. And that really ends today's video. So with that being said, guys, please leave me a like down below and subscribe. Also, if you have any suggestions on books I should read, well, please let me know in the comments below, because you never know, your suggestion could be a future video down the road. But guys, I'll see y'all next time. Later.